Hey guys, welcome back to Feeling is Healing. Today I'm talking about how I am doing on Zoloft, why I've upped my dose, and how that has affected me. So after having been on Zoloft for around 2 months, I decided to up my dose from 25 milligrams a day to 50. In general, being on the 25, it did help reduce my anxiety, but I still felt like the anxiety was never too far away, and that I was still relying on certain unhealthy habits and vices, which I didn't want to be doing. Things like junk food, pornography, excessive internet usage, all things which I try to avoid doing. Um, I'm sure all things I try to avoid doing. I could see I all things I tried to avoid doing. I could feel that I was going back in that direction, in order to find some sense of comfort when you're overcome with anxiety. I was slipping back into certain vices. So I figured instead I'll just up the dose and see if that will help me bring the level of anxiety down. As for what triggered this period of more intense anxiety, there are some changes due to take place in my life. Just triggered this fight or flight. Oh no, mayday, mayday. Those little inner voices, the ego. It did raise my anxiety, and with it came some intrusive thoughts, the best buddies of anxiety. It's a typical occurrence for me when I am going through a period of feeling more anxious. It's suddenly my body is in fight or flight, and I get overwhelmed, and then these little voices, which are just the ego, if we listen to our thoughts, the ones which are keeping us down, trying to keep us in some sort of comfort zone. For me, it will be thoughts such as, see, you are weak. You can't handle this. This is too much for you. Or it would be, see, there is something wrong with you. Why are you so anxious? And yeah, I'll start thinking, oh, okay, so I might be headed down this road again, where I was at my lowest low and overwhelmed with anxiety. So that can be scary. But the fact is, these are very common thoughts, not just among people with anxiety. This is just a common thought, a common thing with the ego tries to pipe up and keep us in a little box of our comfort zone, even though that comfort zone is causing us pain or unnecessary suffering. As for how I've been feeling, the first few days I was still wired. I was still anxious. I didn't sleep very well the first night or after upping the dose. After the first few days, I began to settle a little bit more. I felt a little calmer despite not resolving or coming to terms with the situation that had been causing me anxiety. As for physical side effects, upping the dose definitely affected my bowel movements. I had more regular bowel movements for at least the first couple of weeks. I also experienced more nausea, which has passed now, but at the time it just felt like this kind of medicated nausea where you feel like your mind is going through treacle a little bit. You're just a little bit zombified, a little bit zombie-like. The good thing was this time round I didn't feel any guilt or any shame about upping my dose. I just saw it as, okay, this is what I need in this moment, and that is totally okay. I need a bit more of a safety net, a bit more support to be able to proceed with what I'm faced with, right? At least to feel more in control. And as for my anxiety, despite increasing my dose from 25 to 50, I didn't feel like my anxiety was affected all that much. I felt like my anxiety was still raised, and that I didn't actually feel that much of a difference. However, 2 weeks in, I began taking L-theanine, which is a naturally recurring amino acid in green tea. I felt like this L-theanine made a bigger difference than the Zoloft did. It has really helped bring me out of that fight or flight and just into a more relaxed, neutral state. Is it possible that for these 2 weeks, my body was just adjusting, my brain was just adjusting to the new amount? Yes, that's possible. It's possible that they just coincided at the same time. However, something in my gut tells me the L-theanine is making the bigger difference at the moment. This past week, 3 weeks into since upping my dose now, and a week on the L-theanine, I've been doing better. I've been calmer, more level-headed, and yeah, just more at ease. As for how I'm doing on Zoloft, in general, I'm doing better than I was before I took Zoloft. I'm happier within myself, and I've used the medication as a bit of a numbing agent that it is to just bring my state down a little bit, to begin addressing the things which had been causing me such anxiety, whether they're external things or working on my perception of things to help bring the worry and the stress down a bit. Just building a foundation on top of this newer, closer to happy medium of working on myself, working and doing the things that I know help me feel my best, like working on my goals, reading, writing, seeing friends, addressing negative self-talk. Some of these I've done better at than others, and I'm still in the process, but I'm doing the best I can, and slowly, I'm making progress. It's like this. Sometimes you can't tell if you've made any progress because you're so up and down, but the trend line is going up. Let me know down in the comments how you are doing and if you are taking Zoloft and how it is affecting you if you are. I'm always curious to hear the experiences of others, and thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by. Alright, take care. Bye.